Catherine, I dragged her all over town today.
I bet she loved it.
Yeah. Well, it turns out that she likes hot dogs as much as Dominique did, so I bought her one in the park.
Was it okay? With somebody else, I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. It wasn't too bad. I mean, if it wasn't Catherine, I would never have done it with anybody but Catherine because so much alike. There was this connection, you know, and...
I know.
But we were right there at the gazebo.
Oh, Scott.
No, it's okay. Here, sit down for a second. Sit down. It was okay. It was okay being there. I just I talked about this stuff with Catherine, stuff that I haven't talked to anybody about.
About the day that Dominique died?
Uh-huh. You know, to hear her tell me after hearing me talk about it, you know, in her point of view, she got me to understand certain things that I didn't really think about until now. I mean, at the day, I couldn't really think about it. And she... I'm sorry.
What?
I'm babbling on here about nothing. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, Scott, you're making more sense than you really know. You are. When you hear her talk about, like, Dominique and she growing up in Serenity, do you kind of get this mental picture of a little 6, 7, 8-year-old Dominique running around?
Yeah. Ponytail.
You know, the other day, Catherine was making a salad for me, and I looked over at her, and I remember I was surprised that it wasn't Dominique there with me. I don't think it was anything she said, not her words or the way she said it, but it was like this strange presence I felt, like Dominique was there with me.
Wow. And they both have the same little laugh, don't they?
As a matter of fact, they do. You know, she was telling me about her husband, Charles.
Yeah.
I got this feeling that even though she says that she's okay with his death and with the debt that he left her, there's really a lot of pain there that she has left to deal with.
Yeah. Agree with you. And I want to get her to stick around town and to go through this here together. I think it'd be good if I could just talk her into it.
Mm-hmm. I hope you can.
Working on it.
That'd be good for all of us, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to tell you that I'm freeing up some assets. I'm going to pay you the money back. I promise. It's a couple of days.
I know you'll pay the money back, Scott. I'm not worried. I'm not worried.
Okay, good. Good. Great.
I'm just glad that I was able to help her, you know, get those creeps off her back. I mean, what if Catherine hadn't met us when she did? She had no one.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, this was nice. Had a little chance to catch up.
Yes, we ought to do it all the time. And I should be at home. I told Catherine that I'd be there early, and I'm not, am I?
Don't worry about it. She is shopping. I guarantee you she's not on time either.
What's with you girls? The minute you hit Wyndham, she goes sort of crazy.
Are you guys going out to dinner tonight?
Yeah.
Maybe you could use that as an opportunity to convince Catherine to stay in town a little longer.
Why don't you come with us tonight? Ah. Hey. Perfect timing. Hey, your ears just burning because we were talking about you.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Hey, did you leave anything?
Well, I tried not to.
I see you took my advice. What'd you think of Wyndham's?
It was big. It was really big.
How long until it'll be ready for dinner?
Half hour tops.
Half hour tops, huh? I heard that before. You want to come with us for dinner?
No, I shouldn't. I don't want to intrude.
Oh, come on. You got to eat, don't you?
Yeah, please come with us.
Well, I have a business meeting later, but if you don't mind my slipping out early, then count me in.
Oh, great. Great.
Well, as long as both of you are standing here, why don't you come in and have a little wine? I tell you, the view of the lake is beautiful this time of day. Come on. Okay?
Hey, let me help you. This has been lugging all over town.
Really, I can manage it.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Boy, you had a good time. That bag looks really full.
Yeah, it was really great. It
happy to. Here, take some weight off your feet there and have a little
What do you got,
glass.
red or white?
Well, I've got both, but you know what I really recommend is
What do you
this
recommend?
German one.
German. What are you doing?
Let me surprise you with it, 'cause I think you're really gonna like it.
Here we go.
Thank you. Ladies first.
Well, now I see why Dominique loved it here so much. You know, when she first ended up here, I was a bit surprised.
Well, you mentioned that before.
Well, we always liked the big city, the two of us. You know, maybe because it was so different from the stillness of Serenity. And we liked the energy and the clamor of the city. But it's so warm and inviting here. I mean, you almost feel like the whole town is just reaching its arms around you.
Wow. Scott's tour must have really made an impression.
Yeah, it was really terrific.
Well, if it's that terrific, why don't you stick around?
Oh. I'd like to add my voice to that request.
No, I really can't. You know, I really need to get on with my life, and that means I need to go home.
Wow. You know, New York is such an expensive city. Will you be okay financially?
Well, actually, I have an interview with a new PR firm all lined up. I'm hoping that'll work out.
Well, it sounds like you've already made up your mind here.
I have.
Well, I used to be in public relations. I still have a lot of connections, so if you need any introductions, anything.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, you're both just so wonderful.
Well, come on. It's not like you're, saying goodbye right now.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. Who's hungry here?
Oh, I'm starving. Do I have time to change?
Sure you do.
Great.
Can I see?
See what?
What you bought that's in the bag? That's what you're changing into, isn't it?
Yeah, let me have a little look in case I have to coordinate it with my tie.
Come on, what's in the bag? Let's see.
Hmm? Wait a minute, come on, show us what you got.
Hey, really, Catherine, if you get to go shopping and I don't, it's only fair I get to see what's in the bag.
Isn't there anything sacred around here?
Well, yeah, wait a minute. It could be little private girly things.
Well, it's a surprise. Don't you like surprises?
Oh, I do.
I hate surprises. Give me a
No,
cake.
no. You have to just wait, okay? If you just let me get out of here and change, you'll see it soon enough.
Okay, well, I'm going to go home and take a shower, and I'll be back, and I'll pick you guys up in about an hour. An hour.
Okay.
Great.
Okay?
All right, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Thank you. Today felt good. Okay.
I'm really gonna miss her.
So am I.
Now, I want you to leave. Immediately. Is there a problem? There's no problem. He was just leaving.
What happened here?
This gentleman invited me for a drink. Obviously, he doesn't respond well to the word no.
I am Julia Barrett. I'm one of the owners of this hotel, and I won't have my patrons harassed. So either you leave this woman alone, or I will be forced to call hotel security.
I'm sorry, miss. I didn't mean to disturb you.
Are you all right? I'm fine.
You seem a little shaken up.
Just a little embarrassed. Really, I didn't mean to cause a scene.
You think that was a scene? Where have you been all your life?
Well, I know I overreacted. It's hard getting used to being fair game again. No.
Of course it is. Your husband hasn't been gone very long.
Well, I know I get defensive when a man just even looks at me. It's silly, I know, but I just can't help myself. It's just that I loved Charles so much, and, in a weird way, I still feel married to him.
Scotty feels the same way about Dominique. Is that why you're still wearing your wedding ring?
Yeah, I haven't been able to bring myself to take it off. Do you think I should?
Don't rush it. It'll happen when you're ready.
Right. Anyway, thank you for coming to my rescue again. You must think I'm Calamity Jane or something. I mean, I have been nothing but trouble for you and Scott ever since I showed up in Port Charles.
Please don't keep saying that. Listen, I don't usually speak for other people, but Scotty, in this case, I don't think will mind. We're both so glad that you came here. Knowing you has meant more than you'll ever know.
Thank you. And you have both been such good friends. I can't begin to thank you. Well, I really should get going. See you later.
Okay.
Here you are.
Oh, right. Thanks.
Thank you. Hi, Julia.
Scott.
How you doing?
Good.
I was looking for you.
This is a pretty good bet.
What are you doing tonight?
Nothing.
Would you have dinner with me, Catherine, my father, and Gail? What's the matter? My father, he talks a lot at this dinner, right?
No, that's not. Do you have a second? Can you sit down?
Sure. What's up? What's going on?
Well, has it occurred to you that we're not being fair to Catherine?
What do you mean?
I just saw her earlier today, and this guy was kind of picking up on her, and she freaked.
Freaked? What do you mean freaked?
Well, I mean, she's fine now, but it wasn't any big deal. It was just that same old tired line that guys give girls about 1,000,000 times every day, and she sort of, overreacted.
Overreact? I mean, she went that crazy?
Well, it was a little more than the situation called for, yeah.
So what does this have to do with me?
Well, I just think that she is a little more sensitive about her husband's death than she wants either of us to recognize. And dredging up all this stuff about Dominique, who's not here anymore, I just think that isn't easy for her, Scott.
I see. So I'm kind of selfish, just sort of
Exactly.
not being standing, just talking too much about Dominique. I understand. Well, thank you for pointing that out to me. Oh, hey, look who's here.
Hi. Miss anything?
No, not really. We're just sort of, we were just
Talking about, well, we feel that maybe we have not been completely fair to you.
What? Why? The two of you have practically saved my life. If you hadn't paid off those men, I don't know what would have happened.
I'm not talking about those guys. I'm just talking about how I've just been rambling on all the time about Dominique and pumping you about stories when you guys were kids, and I don't ever ask how you are.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned your husband earlier today, and then we just realized we never give you time to talk about him.
Well, the two of you don't really want to sit here while I ramble on about Charles.
Yeah, we do.
Very much.
Well, in spite of the way things look, with his debt and everything, he really was good to me. And the only reason he didn't tell me about his financial problems was he didn't want me to worry. He was very protective of me that way.
You don't have to defend him. I'm sure that he had his reasons, and if they're fine with you, that's all that matters.
Well, I guess if I'm perfectly honest with myself, it was a bit disappointing. I mean, no matter how you slice it, he didn't confide in me, and that does hurt. I mean, when you marry someone, you're supposed to be able to share everything,
Well, Dominique was like that, too. It took her a long time to tell me about the tumor and about everything. There you go. There I go again.
What?
I'm just going again, talking about Dominique. I'm like a selfish pig, one track.
Scott, stop it,
Well,
please.
it bothers me.
Look, I need to talk about Dominique, too, And I couldn't have done it with anybody else except you.
Well, then, I guess we're even.
We're even.
Okay.
Good. And as much as I hate leaving both of you, I really do need to get going.
You're going back to New York?
Yes.
Well, then I guess dinner tonight will be a farewell dinner for now.
Right. I mean, New York is only 400 miles away.
It's a half hour by plane.